let's go Brandon. Hey, hey.
Shout out the Patriots, it's for the challenge, let's go Brandon, ayy, ayy. Pulled the troops out of Afghanistan, the left of the bandit, ayy, ayy. We know he planned it, ayy, ayy. Just like the virus, ayy, ayy. Ain't even natural, now I need a passport just to travel, ayy, ayy. Stepping in for Hillary, this Obama part 3.
Let's get it.
Getting checks from Big Pharma, taking orders from elites. Trump delivered in defeat, so they had to rig it. And they killing kids, how many more have to die for you to get it? Let's go Brandon. I don't really even need this challenge. Devil got me thinking evil, but the Lord, he keep me balanced. Let's go Brandon. Better know I didn't come to play, so I hope they open their ears and really listen when I say,
let's go Brandon. I keep it drawn like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. I keep it drawn like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. When you ask questions, they start banning. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go.
Yeah. Shout out Bryson Gray.
Hey.
Angel Gang.
Gemini.
Let's get it.
Vibrations.
You know, if this was a video game, and it was me versus you, I'll be the motherfucking winner. Mortal Kombat style and shit. Listen. Spitting only facts, that's all I know. The city on my back, that's all I know. I can give a fuck about what they say. We about to make a killing, we the motherfucking winners.
They don't hear me though.
We the motherfucking winners.
You don't fucking scare me, bro.
We the motherfucking winners.
And this here ain't no game, but even if it was, we ain't playing, bitch. We the fucking winners. All I got is my fam, all I need is my soul. Got enough of this money, but I think I want more. Okay, I'm feeling undefeated, got no L's, I'm in my zone. Made it all on my own, made it all on my own. Ayy, my rent paid, my niggas eating. I'm self-made, living out what niggas dreaming. I had a bunch of goals and then I made it happen. Niggas talking shit, but my niggas get through clapping. They love to help you spend your dough, never help you make it though. Love when I was down, bet they salty when I make it, yo. They gon' love me when I get my deal, cause I had a dream and I made it real.
Spitting only facts, that's all I know. The city on my back, that's all I know. I can give a fuck about what they say. We about to make a killing, we the motherfucking winners.
They don't hear me though.
We the motherfucking winners.
You don't fucking scare me, bro.
We the motherfucking winners.
And this here ain't no game, but even if it was, we ain't playing, bitch. We the fucking winners.
We the fucking winners, but sometimes I took some losses. Sometimes I get exhausted. Sometimes my shot don't fall in. Don't know what to call it, but I'm steady saucing. Yeah, my niggas all in, ballin' like a Spalding. Bring it back to the land, though. Yeah, I feel like Michael Jackson when I jam, no. Catching cases, had to get some trophy cases. This is for creatives working on a daily basis. Fuck about your winner circle. This the winner circle. Word around town, punchlines leave you black and purple. If the one and non-verbal, trust me, it's gon' hurt you. Every day a nigga finna outwork you. That's only facts, only facts. I told you I'm the one for tracks. I'm the one if you ever want a plaque. That's a fact. Spitting only facts, that's all I know. City on my back, that's all I know. I can give a fuck about what they say. Trying to make it count, we the motherfucking winners.
Hey. Ooh.
Brightest and prettiest star cluster in the northern sky, or in the sky.
I think that if you truly want to stop the violence, you look at someone who's violent, you pick up a baseball bat, and you beat it.
Check the shit.
Now,
Check the shit.
obviously, then the violence can stop.
Check
I'm back up in this bitch, but I never left. And your girl, she on my dick, cause your boy the best, looking fresh up in the fit. We was getting lit, you was acting like a bitch till that blade was by your neck. Money, power, respect, bitch. There's nothing for us to do unless you cut the check, bitch. Your father speaking, all of you niggas my stepkids. Not the one to mess with, not a killer, but don't push me to the edge, bitch. Ain't nobody fucking with me. Better shut the fuck up when you talking to me. Take you to a place only ghosts and angels can see. Take my money, take my fame, bet I'll still be a G. Nigga, go figure, still killing these whole niggas. Besides Dilla, can't name a nigga Morilla. You all cap, son, you ain't really no killer. I'ma kill the whole game, no filter.
About the brightest and prettiest star cluster in the northern sky, or in the sky as a whole. At the moment, it's just up there. If you go up from Venus, about as far as Jupiter is down, you'll see something shimmering in the dark.
Yeah. Operator telling my system to malfunction. Shorty in my space, been waiting on a conjunction. Had to tell you that I want you, I can't afford no assumptions. Right for consumption, that's a no-brainer. Said she tired of entertainers, I'm more of an audio painter. My portraits are gorgeous like you, baby. You been by the moon lately, I think I need to take you again. Don't wanna skip being friends, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking intimacy. Just a kiss on the cheek, at least, and when temperatures increase, we can explore. I'm more adore seeing you being you. My spirit open doors, I'm trying to get me a better view. Thinking me and you could expand. I'm just a man, got a plan though. Purchase the planet, we planting seeds in the cosmos. Whatever you need before you breathe, I'ma get it. So if you with it, stop wasting all this time and just get in. I can't deny that I've had my eye on you since I passed on through, baby. You've got that vibe I can't find nowhere else. Wanna keep you to myself.
I'm selfish. Yeah, you rollin' with Zito. You know what the vibes is. You know it's a Rio. You know that I gotta set the stage like a Leo. But I'm a Aquarius. I can't be on no scary shit for Rio. Change is grandiose. I'm swimming with the current like Theo. They got their hands out like they need help. Well, I ain't no octopus, but I can show you how to optimize and push. I can show you how to optimize the puss. How you feel? Coming from flight school for Rio. We ain't even had to go to Rio to Neo that I'm the one. I need a trinity, huh? How we creating in these spaces need infinity, huh? And I can't play about myself cause it ain't plenty, son. Secret enemies, people hating, defending they dumb. They just want my attention. I'm a man on a mission, remember.
I can't deny that I've had my eye on you since I passed on through, baby. You've got that vibe I can't find nowhere else. Wanna keep you to myself.
What it do, what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 6-month arc to the end of the world. You have seen aspects and elements of your culture completely implode on themselves. And now you are ready to step into Armageddon. I had to pause because I was teetering along the line of not knowing what was satire and what's reality because they're kind of blending. I want to actually just take stock because we finally reached. I just noticed my eyes are red as hell. So my bad if it looks like whatever. But anyway, yeah. Do you remember when satire actually used to be hard to write? Do y'all remember that? Like early 2000s?
it still wrote itself at that point. But satire actually used to be somewhat challenging. And yet now it just writes itself. Did you notice how it just writes itself now? More than ever. I want you to take that phenomenon and times that times 20 every single day, if not month, coming into the next 6 months is going to be an exponential compounding of the cumulative effect of this end of this cycle. And the first thing I want to say is I'm honored to assist you along this journey and to be of service and to really be here with you all. It's actually quite amazing how hundreds of years ago, you know, I was going to say something very lewd. It was very crazy how hundreds of years ago, we didn't have the technology to, at the convenience of a computer that's, you know, at the convenience of your phone or screen. I've been walking around. You can now connect with like anybody. The level of first to third world problems we have are so much more, advanced than what they used to be, and it's amazing to be at this like precipice of the end, which is an honor and a privilege. Everything that sounds kind of dreary about this is the best thing ever. It's actually an amazing thing. For those of you who have outer planets on your moon, so there's a couple messages I want to share here. For those of you that have outer planets on your moons versus those of you who deal with people with outer planets on your moon or suns. If you have an outer planet on your moon or sun or rising, you don't have to have this to feel this. Some of you might be moon in Scorpios. Some of you might have Pluto on your sun. So if you have Pluto on your sun, moon rising, like you're an alien. Versus if you don't deal with this, because if you don't have this, you still probably go through this, probably through transits. But what I'm really referencing, especially for those of you with Pluto on your moon or sun, or if you had Pluto going through your moon in Aqua or Sag or Cap, some of you may be feeling this very extreme rejection towards socialization or just the collective in general, or maybe you feel like it might be uncharacteristic to what you're used to feeling, because it almost feels like you hate other people, and you might distort that to think that it means that you hate other people. And it's not that you hate other people, it's that the ancient gods within you hate other people really bad. And so you're having to filter really bad. Just try being a Scorpio for a day with like Pluto, which is purity. And maybe you're like a Cancer, or you have like a Scorpio moon, and now you can't even be next to mortals because like they're going to misunderstand you, and like you just can't even stand their fakeness. And you have powers of Pluto, Hades. And so Hades is like, I'll kill them. Like, I just say the word, like I can have them have an accident, and you're having to resist this. And you might think that something is wrong with you. No, it's not you. It's just the ancient gods who, given their ancientness, who have existed before humanity, they just can't stand that they're having to deal with that through you. And so this is why we provide the services we provide, because the society you're in has made you feel that you're crazy or something is wrong with you. And you very well may be crazy, and you very well may have a mental illness, but it also still doesn't mean that you have ancient gods. It also doesn't mean that you don't have ancient gods within you who basically make existing with other beings with new pantheons angry. Now, I wanted to say this because some of you have been beating yourselves up because you see people on some 3D shit, and now you're just like lamenting being here. You're just like, I was just supposed to go to the store. Like, what is this tower moment for? Like, why did I have to experience this lack of courtesy? Like, why do people drive the way they drive? And I don't want to necessarily hyper contextualize that we can't go through difficulties in life, because there's a way that I'm saying what I'm saying that can sound pretentious. Like some of you Leos, some of you Aquarians, some of you Scorpios, you're royals. Like Scorpios, people don't know Scorpios are underground kings and queens from like different dimensions. Aquarius is not from here. So they come on this earth, they're performing on stage, you throw something on their face, they leave the stage. And then you start to think that they think they're high and mighty when they're like, yo, these mortals ain't shit. Like these people are beneath me and they can't even, you don't understand, these people aren't even from here. Pisces isn't even from here. Y'all be saying Pisces is delusional. They are delusional because they're from a fantasy land. You're putting a fish in Virgo land, but see, Pisces can be delusional because they actually do talk to fairies. That's what y'all don't understand about Pisces. Like when you say a Pisces is delusional because they told you that they talk to fairies, like Pisces is out here, nigga. Pisces is out here. Like, oh yeah, I'm a fae. And like you have people out here like, yo, I think Neptune is giving you a mental illness. And it's like, you're only halfway right. See, this is why I'm a Gemini knight. We handle Pisces priestesses and princesses because Pisces is out here. Pisces does not give a fuck. Pisces is like, oh yeah, I'm a fairy princess. And what you don't understand about Pisces is they are a fairy princess. See, that's why they need Virgo, because Virgo knows how to make sense of it. But Virgo doesn't see what Pisces sees. So what you don't understand is that Pisces really does talk to fairies, but they're retarded when it comes to explaining it to you. So when they try and tell you that, no, I do fuck with fairies, my G, they just sound more delusional. And for all intents and purposes, they're fish out of water, so they kind of are delusional. You just don't realize that they also are really magic too. Does that make sense? So when they get with Virgo is like, wow, this person's delusional. Then they talk to their fairies, and then Virgo is like, wait, you're talking to a fairy right now, and I'm picking up something. Wait, so you weren't lying? And Pisces is like, no, bitch, I'm a fairy princess. But you don't understand, they don't speak 3D. They don't speak 3D. They only speak 7D. They're retarded as hell when it comes. That's why they need Gemini, because Gemini speaks 3D, so we can translate. Okay, 70, 70, 3D, 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 70, 70. They're saying 3D Earthship. 77. Okay, 3D, 3D, and like, it is. So I like these people exist. Aquarius has to deal with y'all, and then Virgos are so like, you know what I mean? And then Leo, y'all think Leos are narcissists. But like, let's just be real. Have you ever been a Leo? No. Have you ever been a Leo and looked in the mirror? Y'all be acting like they're narcissists, but like you look in the mirror and be a Leo. I would be there for like 2 minutes, like, damn, I'm hot. Damn. Oh my God, look at my face. How am I serving face and body? Oh my God, I am the shit. Can you imagine if I had a Sagittarius body of a god or a goddess? I'd just be making my dick wiggle like, oh shit, I can make my... I'm sorry, like you have to understand where these signs come from. You have to understand, even though they be extra as hell, and you know damn well you shouldn't be that extra, I understand. A little bit. So it is what it is. I can't believe I just said dick wiggle. I'm so sorry. I have to mind my words. I will never say dick wiggle on this channel again. But anyway, I just wanted to say all that because, you know, for those of you who have, thank you, Stephanie, for those of you who deal with these alien constructs, you know, especially those of you with Pluto, y'all need to stop messing with the Pluto contacts because y'all be having Pluto contacts seething. Look at the chat. If you have Pluto on your moon or sun or you're a Scorpio, y'all be thinking that you're having regular interactions with them and they leave the interaction seething like, how did they not notice that? Why do I have to deal with like you don't even know when you offend them? And it's because they're just too extreme and they're too pure. And you can't come not correct with them. So just be mindful because now that we've had this full moon, Rashida, welcome to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. Now that we've had this full moon, you feel me? Yeah. There's no turning back. You feel me? Like, let's just say, you know, there's certain actions that you have taken and put into fruition that you really can't go back on now. And it's going to maelstrom over the next 6 months into a very powerful aspect and facet of really seeing how incredible you've always been. I say that because 6 months from now, Pluto's going to be in Aquarius, Saturn's going to be in Pisces, beginning of the underworld, and Jupiter's going to be in Taurus. You know, oh my gosh, trust me. Let me tell you something. Marvel put out a cartoon about the Celestials versus the Eternals, the Avengers versus the Eternals. Sorry, the Avengers versus the X-Men versus the Eternals. And in that story, basically the way that mythos works is you have superheroes, but in the universe, you have Celestials, and the Celestials created the Eternals. And yeah, you know what's up, Cheyenne. And relative to this is kind of like a new event. And it's crazy because in astrology, the celestials would represent Aquarius, the beyonders would represent Pisces, the gods like Zeus and them would represent Sagittarius, superhumans would probably represent like Spider-Man or like Captain America or the Sentry, anywhere from like Leo to Scorpio. And you have the gods and you have the celestials. So the reason why that's crazy is relative to that story, a celestial, all the celestials combined, the god celestial came through and it judged humanity. They put a story just like they put Endgame out before 2020 because they're slick or whatever. They put this story out. And in this story, the god celestial basically judges all of humanity. And it's like taking and comprising everything humanity's done. Is it worth it to keep existing? And it struck me as odd because Pluto in Aquarius is literally that. Pluto in Aquarius is all of humanity getting judged. And this is why I was saying before, y'all, because in that story, not everyone failed. Like he judged everyone individually, and then he judged, and then it wasn't a he. The god celestial was gender neutral or whatever. And this is a Marvel comic, right? You could check it out on Comics Explained. I saw it on Comics Explained on YouTube. Shout out to Rob. That's the goat right there. But once again, relative to this god celestial, some people he judged as failures. Some people, the god celestial, my bad, not he, it judged as they passed. So not everyone failed. Some people individually passed, but you know what? As a collective, they all failed. So that's the thing. And that's what I was saying before, like many others were saying, with 2020 from now, there's the group test as a collective, but then there's the individual test. So the group test was 2020, 2021, and 2022. Now we're stepping into the set of individual tests 2023, 2024, and 2025. Jupiter in Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Okay. Everything that happened, Jupiter in Capricorn and Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Aries is fulfilling. So for those of you who passed individually, 2020, 2023 is your glory year. I'm just telling you that right now. And this is not necessarily in a our side versus their side. Any actions that you did out of integrity will be brought forth Jupiter and Aries so you can balance it. Anything that you did in integrity, the evidence of those actions you did in 2020, you're paying for because it's going to expand 2023. This is just science. So for those of you who are in integrity, boom. For those of you who made decisions that the long-term effects, you know what I'm talking about, will kind of play through, boom. Like you go see. Because they already put in a percentage of if you took something, I'm not gonna say it, but like the percentage of something happening to you in ages 18 to 35. That's just one example though. That's just one example. That's not even the big one in the main scheme. But everything Jupiter in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, 2021, boom, 2025, that's Jupiter and Taurus. All the knowledge you came through, the narratives you listen to. Some people listen to false narratives that is going to F them, Jupiter and Taurus. Not because of anyone's opinions. It's just based off of the integrity of what they did. And this is where it's not black and white. Like, once again, for people, it could be some things that are good, some things that are bad. Whatever is bad, you just have to correct. You have to take that karma. Okay. And then, of course, Jupiter and Pisces, 2022, we're going to see 2025, Jupiter and Gemini. 2025 is going to be like 2012, but on steroids. And on steroids is not even the right idiom, but it's the one that came to mind. So, yeah, you have a lot to look forward to. The next 6 months is kicking you into there. I've been talking a lot about superpowers and superpowers this and superpowers that. And now we've crossed that threshold, ladies and gents, of superpowering with the superpowers of superpowerington. Okay. And this is what is putting you in a position to now take this further. You're literally looking at a rocket ship. Okay. Happening right now. Do you see that? Do you see that? You see in this rocket ship, boom, boom. You see the fire down here, boom, and it's pointing something there cardinally towards a direction. And that's like literally what we see here in this chart. We see this Saturn N anchoring it. We see Mars that's tilting the perception of the direction. We literally see all this fire here. And it's moving towards this Libra. I can't make this up. Mother effing blast off. You feel the blast off. The moon is in Aries, so you feel the blast off. Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Now, before I break this down, some of you need to hear this. It's not going to be comfortable for you. It is okay to have that 7D relationship. It is okay. As long as it's not, some of you, you're in a 3D relationship, but you have a 7D boo, or you got like a 5D boo, like a dream boo. It's okay, boo. It's okay, king. It's okay, queen. You can have that. You can have that. Some of you feel like you cheated on your 3D partner. You could only cheat on your 3D partner with another 3D partner. That's wrong. But if you have an emotional affair with a 7D or 5D partner, that could save your relationship. That might very well just save your relationship. You can vent to your 7D partner about your 3D partner. You know what, my 3D partner be doing this? Don't worry. I'm going to send you synchronicities. Don't worry. And then you have a bond, and now you can approach your 3D partner so much better. No. And even if you now, okay, now even if you single, see, some of you, your 7D partner is your 3D partner's higher self. Some of you, you're curving your 3D partner's higher self because you think it's cheating. No, it's the same person. Just go in the romance, and then you can talk shit to your 7D partners. You could talk shit to your 3D partner's higher self about their 3D self. And be like, see, this is why your 3D self be doing this. And then their higher self be like, I know. I be trying to tell them all the time, but they don't listen. I'll be like, I know, they don't listen. Yo, it's the life. Like, don't rob yourself of that opportunity. And then my singles, don't act brand new. You're a 7. Some of you are acting like you're too good for the 7D. Don't act brand new, because you don't act like your 3D dating life isn't trash. Don't act like you don't act like you love going on these online dating profiles. 5D is just imagination away. You don't have to go on those online. You know it's a waste of time. There's a 5D partner for you right now. You can just get 7D. The 7D will hook you up with a 3D partner. It's okay. And now, if it don't apply, let it fly. But it's calling some of you. It's calling some of you. You seeing signs and synchronicities about some people. You think it's too good to be true. No, 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 no. That's their 7D self. That's their 5D self. Like, it's okay. It's safe. It's okay. It's between you and me. It's me and you. Girl, do you mean it? Na 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 you. Girl, I'm a na 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 na. Tell me if you like it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. That was a message. That wasn't from me. That was a message from your 5D lover to you. So don't sleep. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like sleep on the 3D. No, Pisces, listen, this is my Venus in the 12th talking. Pisces pioneered this. It's Pisces that taught me not to sleep on the 7D. Thank you, Pisces. Pisces taught me that, nah, honey, like we're fairies out here. You know, y'all be trying to play Pisces because they're more magical than you. Pisces taught me to believe. That's my Venus in the 12th. Thank you. Listen, don't hate. Listen, like if you're a Virgo or you have 6th house energy or you have like Venus in Virgo and you feel a certain way, y'all the only ones that can feel a certain way. Y'all are too real. Y'all are too real. Maybe you should just get a little 5D. Maybe you should just get a little 5D in your life or a 7D if you like a higher experience. It's okay. Listen, it feels crazy delusional. So you know you're doing it right because it'll feel crazy delusional. And maybe you can feel some spirit guides looking at you like, yo, you look weird as hell. That's how you know you're doing it right. That's how you know you're doing it right. You just have to commit. You just have to commit. It's like an initiation. It's like an initiation. Trust me, we have to take this rocket to a new place. And you can't be afraid because you look delusional and wild crazy. You will look wild crazy. You will look wild crazy. That's why we keep it in the 12th house. We keep it hidden. You don't have to be like me who'll just be openly cringy. But I have cringe immunity, so it's cool. You could keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You will look wild crazy, but it'll be good though. It only looks wild crazy because you're tapping into a realm that's not here. So that's all. It's not like you're still not doing it. That's how you know you're doing it right though. Okay. But see, some of you are going to be initiated. You see this right here? You see the moon that's going to go from here to the 3rd quarter square? Some of y'all are going to get initiated. Okay. And this initiation, yeah, cringe immunity is one of the greatest things I've been blessed with coming into my Saturn return. Yeah, when you have awkward moments your whole life, it just kicks in after 30. You just don't. It's just immunity to cringe. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Like you have no idea. I didn't realize if I could choose any superpower, like super strength, flight, cringe immunity, like it's amazing. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Air signs with Earth energy, like King Kungster squares, like yeah, we've kind of had this shit our whole life. So like it's cool. At some point you just get used to it. It's not even cringy anymore. It's just like it's a whole superpower, son. It's a whole superpower. You can even feel when it's coming on, and now you feel comfortable in it because you just at some point stop feeling uncomfortable. So it is. I'm showing you moon in detriment of Cap, but yes. Other than that, yo, yeah, this is it, guys. Ascended cringe, baby. You are now taking the full understanding of who you are to relationships. And it's going to shock you at first. So this is what I was saying. From moon in Cancer to moon, from moon in Aries to moon in Cancer, basically like a week from now, you might get initiated. Some of you are going to get initiated. Some of you are going to come into the call to take that leap of faith and plunge into the 7D or into the 5D. Okay. The reason, if you notice, everything about Pisces is surrendering ego. Everything about the 12th house is surrendering ego. The real reason for that is you can't access supernatural realms of existence if you keep your ego identification. It won't allow you. You have to surrender your ego. And that's going to feel like you're a retarded magical fish. But then belief will help you realize you are a magical fish and you could be as retarded as you want to be. You could be fish-tarded. There's a reason why Pisces is at the top of the zodiac, whether they're fish-tarded or not. Okay, like you have to understand, but this requires a surrendering of your ego. And some of you will be able to leap forward. It's not about cutting the line, but like you'll Pisces that shit and you will phase through. Listen, you're basically going to have the choice to go the actual steps, which you can do. Some of you prefer, earth signs will prefer this too, because they go through each step. Or others of you are going to have the Pisces reality hack and go through the 12th house. Hold on. Listen. This might be the most G shit I have ever told you in my entire career. This might be the most important thing. You have a decision to make. Some of you are going to get the call. Some of you will not get the call because you've already told the universe you don't play that shit. Some of you want to do it the right way, steps. But some of you, Pisces has chosen some of you. Okay, this is some people want to wait in line, or some people want to go. Pisces is like, psst, come through this secret magical door. Come through this secret magical door. Okay, now listen. Some of this is an initiation. It's like getting hazed. When spirit hazes you, they troll the shit out of you. Spirit wants to develop a trust from you. And the whole basis of this trust is, do you care more about 3D or 7D? Because it's easy to say that you believe in these otherworldly beings, but just like real friends could be fake to you, spirits have to deal with real people being fake to them. Imagine if you were in their shoes and you were a spirit guide and you're trying to get your physical vessel's attention, but then they're hitting you with fake shit like, but people are going to look at me weird. And so they don't do what you said because they're other real people. So just like you would feel slighted, they feel slighted too. So before spirits really mess with you, they're going to haze you. They're going to some of them will troll you. Now, some of you have like Aqua risings, Scorpio risings. They don't haze y'all. Those of you who have like the last signs, they really be trolling the Geminis and the Aries. They don't be trolling the Aquas or Scorpio. They're afraid of y'all. But anyway, this is what it is. They usually haze people though. And the hazing will be putting you in 12th house situations. If you can't get over your ego, if you care so much about how certain things look to the detriment of your belief, it's not bad to care about how you look, but if you care more about that to the detriment of you now not believing, then the spirits will play with you. And this is why you're not supposed to mess with spirits. Like, it's more priestly because you don't have that protection. You can go psychologically insane. However, if you don't, and remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this, by the way. So some of you will come to this Pisces magic door and you'll realize it's too much for you. It's too much to commit to. It's too much of a leap of faith to believe in. And you can do it. It'll help you appreciate doing it the right way. Okay? Let me tell you something. By 16th of October on Sunday, so from now until then, it's going to be different for everyone. You're going to get that call. It could already be happening for you right now. Okay. You're going to get the call to go through the 12th house. So instead of going through, basically by Sunday, once we come to this third quarter square, before we move into the eclipse, that opposition to Pluto will be your decision. That third quarter square would be you either decided to walk the regular way, which has value in it. There's value in that way because it's tried and true and it's assured. You're taking each step incrementally. There's no shame in taking it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with taking it. Some of you will decide to take it. Or before then, you've taken the 12th house door. The thing about the 12th house door is you're not going to see it coming. It is a magical door that only you can see. If you try and tell other people about the door, you're going to look delusional as hell. And no one else was told about it. So you shouldn't give away those secrets. That's number one. Number two, you're gonna look crazy as hell. You're gonna look crazy as hell. You're gonna look crazy as hell. Like, could you imagine telling somebody like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And you're like, "I'm not gonna front. I'm gonna chill with my imaginary bae tonight, so I can't chill with you." Like, there's no way. That's why it's gonna require faith. Cause like, there's no way you can like hide this. It's not gonna look like thank you. It's just gonna look a certain way, B. That's why some of you are gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna do this the steps way, and then that's cool. And it doesn't have to look that crazy. It doesn't have to look that crazy. It's not gonna look crazy for everyone, but that's there. That element is gonna be there. It doesn't have to be a haze for everyone, but it's gonna be there. And the thing about this is you're surrendering your ego to tap into a higher dimension that you only connect with. So everyone from the outside looking in is not going to understand or get it. But the lesson here is it doesn't make it any less real. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Does that make sense? So the reason why it's the Pisces door is you're not taking the incremental steps. You're taking a secret door directly to it. You will know it's the Pisces door from now till next week because everything in your body, see, the lesson Pisces teaches you is that everything that you can see does not last forever, but everything that's invisible lasts forever. So Pisces is bringing you through an invisible door that you won't see, but you will feel. And your belief will direct your feelings. It's called intuition. And your intuition will guide you through an invisible door that will get you there. It's not about faster, but it'll give you exclusive access. This is so important because it's your decision. You're not forced to do this, but that opportunity will arise. And the reason why I would advise you to walk through that door is because some of you need that surrendering. Getting ghosted by a ghost. That's amazing. Some of you need that surrender. Some of you need to release. Like once you feel it, it doesn't mean that you have to not care what other people think. It's just going to help balance the priority of what's more important. That doesn't mean that it's wrong to take the other way. It's just that if you're called, you will know. Everything in your body will light up and you will know that it's right. Even though everything in your external reality will almost seem to betray what you feel. You'll know that this is the Pisces call because not only does it feel right, the synchronicities that you manifest by following this feeling can be tangibly expressed. You can make them receipts, and that's how you'll know you're headed in the right direction. Those receipts may only make sense to you until you make it to the other side, to where they'll be whoa. But that's it. I just wanted to let you know that because of this Jupiter evolution, it's expanded the element of how much deeper you understand yourself. So if you the reason why I'm gonna really advise you take that Pisces door is because you're called to. If you're called to, some of you won't be called to because even though you're super magical, you still want to do the incremental way, and there's value in that too. Everyone's different, but for those of you who are called to, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's not going to make, for some of you, it will make sense because you're grand wizards. Like for those of you who are already Pisces or you're like moon on Neptune and you're like super psychic, this Pisces door is going to be a piece of cake and it's going to be so fun. It's just going to be difficult for people who have issues surrendering to the divine. Some of you, you've been put through so much difficulty, it's easy for you to do that. So you've gone through tests where you've had to have faith in God. So it's not that deep. For some of you, it might be difficult, but it's not going to be too difficult. For others of you, and most of us, myself included, it's just going to feel like it's everything that you've been practicing for. So it's not going to really be as hard. Okay. So the reason why it's hard for me to be less vague about it is Neptune is the words that I use to describe it can't even put it justice. It's going to be so unique to you, you know? And the way that I did describe it, it sounds like a shortcut, but it's not necessarily even a shortcut as much as it is a reality hack. It's so basically a shortcut, but it's not as simple as cutting corners. It's just basically, instead of going from the first house to the 10th house, some of you are going to be able to go through your 12th house, make it through the 11th, and go to the 10th. So it's like, instead of having to buy VIP tickets, someone in VIP through the 11th house goes through the 12th and it's like, psst, come through. Don't worry, I'm already in VIP. You can come through. You don't have to stand in line. That's it. That's it. Thank you. That's it. Like, it's that how that plays out for you is going to be different for everybody. But whether it will require some faith to believe that you can even do that. You might on the surface believe, am I even allowed to do that? Am I going to get in trouble? Don't worry about all that. Just, you got invited, go into VIP, make it to the 10th. And there you go. Okay. Thank you. Because some of you, the normal slow way is for people to develop certain character. Some of you, you're ascended masters. You were born with that character lifetimes over. So the universe is trying to teach you, you don't have to do it the way everyone else does it. You're meant to do it different, especially if you're in this context, like you're an innovator. So hack that reality. And anyway, the last thing I want to say is congratulations. Once again, this rocket ship is blasting you forward. Entirely new dynamics in your relationships with other people. So what you'll be delighted to see is, it's one thing to activate superpowers. It's another thing to utilize them in relationships with other people. So it's definitely very amazing, because I just want to highlight the moon that is opposite the sun right now has completed this activation, and coming into the irony, coming into the moon in Cancer, right? Yeah. And see, he can personify it because he's moon in Pisces. The way they do Pisces and Gemini, if you notice, and I'm going to use Kanye as an example, because everything that's happening to Kanye, he's just a collective representation of what's happening to you as an individual. So I love what Ye is doing, because Ye is playing the Gemini card. He's just talking incessantly in a provocative way that expresses the truth. And so all they can do is gaslight him to give him the impression that, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy. When if you extrapolate all he's really doing is speaking provocatively on a social media platform to where he's getting banned. The way that he's getting reacted to, you would think that he's sending dick pics to minors like some celebrities do. You would think that he's getting caught grooming minors like some celebrities do. You would thought that he was getting caught having sex with minors and being a pedophile. You would thought that he maybe killed somebody. He was a part of a RICO charge. Like, this is a psychological attempt to silence certain people and to give you the impression that they're crazier than they are. I'm not going to say that the way he's doing it isn't crazy, but this is Ye. This is Kanye West. He's known for his antics. We love Ye for that. And I'm just using him as an example because this has been happening to more people than just Ye. This is happening to you too. But I just want you to know the mediocrity and the hypocrisy of this. That's why you see him saying a lot of you did not keep that same energy when he couldn't see his child. You know what I'm saying? But you're keeping the same energy for what? Because he's airing out text messages. That's standard, regular Gemini shit. He's not doing anything bad. He's just talking his shit. But you're reacting to him like you caught him doing an R. Kelly. Can you imagine if Ye got caught trying to groom like a 13-year-old? Thank you. Could you imagine if Donald Trump Jr. got caught with the laptop? So, we're seeing through these dynamics, and you're bringing the evolution of yourself into these social dynamics, Aries to Libra, that over the next 60 years, over the next 6 years, um, over the next 6 months, you're going to see how you play into this collective conflict. Okay. By the way, as much as I love Kanye, as much as I love Trump, should the truth come out that they were on any fraud shit, should the truth come out that there's anything they need to be criticized on, the sword of truth will slice them too, or we'll expose that too. So I don't want to make it sound that like I really be taking sides. I just call out the truth the way the truth is. And some people's track records is better than others. Some people try and play that love shit. Some people try, and even he does that. Like I can tell if someone were to say that his Christian persona is just a persona and he's not really like that, I think that's a valid criticism. We don't know how true that is, but like I'm not here to take sides. I'm just here to take the truth. And I'm not attached to everything. I'm just enjoying the show. Cuz you want to know how to do that enough, and chances are you already do. The most important thing I'll say about this, other than that Pisces call, is when you look at everything that's going on in the world, when you look at everything that's happening around you, do you understand yet that you are one of the most crucial players? Have you given into the false narrative? When you look at these social media accounts and you look at the press and the media where they hyper glamorize certain people, and they put the spotlight and attention on certain demographics of people, that gives you the illusory sense to believe that some people are more important than you, that some people affect culture and the world more than you. Why? Because they are paid more attention to, because they get paid more money than you, because there's a press that glamorizes aspects of their life that's not even real, but gives the illusion it is. This is all a distraction. What you're understanding more so than ever over the next 6 months is that no, the reason why advertising is a $1 trillion industry, the reason why corporations spend literally millions of dollars to get your attention, they do this for you, is because the one who impacts the collective more than anything is you. You're going to understand this at a fundamental level. Like you may have always known this, but like you're going to understand that the actions that you take individually impact your society more than these celebrities they shove in your face who are so removed from the reality you're in, you can't even really relate to them. More than these politicians who put on these masks so that they can gain your trust to do stuff that basically just puts more money in their pockets. More than these leaders who basically assert this illusion that they have authority over you. And it's not necessarily some rebellion without a cause. It is a well-intentioned, synchronized connection between the forces of nature and the universe in your attempt and mission to take back what has always been yours. When I say that, that applies to you no matter what race or gender you are. You're going to be very clear on what that is, and you're going to fight the final boss battle before we step into the judgment of all humanity. Remember that the last time we had somewhat of a judgment of humanity, flights, air, with the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, it coincided the end of certain indigenous cultures like the Mayans and the Incans. It brought in the rise of constitutional monarchies and democracies. And just like we saw the end of old government structures then, in light of new ones, we're going to see the end of these ones coming into new revolutions. And the most important thing about that is you are the most important part of this revolution as an individual, because this revolution is kicking in with superpowers. And now that we have awakened the superpowers 2020 and then downloaded those superpowers, the knowledge of that through Aquarius, and now uploaded it by activating the software, the 6 months from now until Pisces season is you taking these superpowers you have now evolved and activated and completed so that you can ascend it to the next level and break through Sagittarius. And then from Cap to Pisces, complete this aspect of your being. So now that the full moon is opposite here, you are harvesting 6 months to 2 years worth of activation. You are taking action from now on to breaking through the element of how you used to do everything. You run faster, you sleep sexier, your intuition is more on fleek, you give more fire readings. Like, this is now the reaping of this. And this is preparing you to level up to your highest level so that you can step in to this Pluto Aquarius, Saturn Pisces, end of world shift. Okay. A very special mess. So this is what I was saying. For those of you with alien constructs, you're going to break through a lot more extremely. And for some of you who feel like you're losing your mind, just surrender to that energy. It's going to amalgamate with your human personality or self. And for some of you with karmas, like if you're a Saturn moon, just let the Osutsuki take you over. For others of you who share space with in your vessel with other people, then I like that. This is definitely going to put you in a position to just transform your essence into a new level. But remember, no new levels, new devils. Okay. It's also going to insert you into future hyper realistic senses of conflict. Your life is going to feel more like a video game and that you're dealing with real video game villains. But the first step of this, and that's what I was saying, if you look at the moon right now, 17 to the sun 16, we've just kicked this off. The 6-month arc has just started, like right now. So the new moon in Libra 2 weeks ago to the full moon in Aries right now was a loading screen. What were you loading? Your superpowers. You said, I think I am behind as I still don't know what my superpowers are. You are not behind. You are just on time. You're not going to know what your superpowers are until Aquarius season. Once we come into Aquarius season 5 months from now, you're going to come into total knowledge. What we've got so far were the details of how to look at our behavior, and in Gemini season, the attitude of our abilities. This was all personal development at an internal level. We're now breaking through Libra to Sag with other people, what it looks like, and we'll come into the knowledge totally with Aquarius. Everything is revealed in divine timing. So this is where you're breaking through your use of this, where it was internal. Now you're actively doing it. But the thing is, it's happening now. The loading screen has completed. Now that the loading screen has completed, what are you gaining? An evolved understanding of what your powers are, and the sextile of Mars, what it's called, how to direct this towards. So you are now starting to actually understand what direction to take your superpowers, to use your superpowers, hence that cross. It's exhilarating, it's exciting, and the key with this is what's very key with this, once again, is this evolved understanding, right? First of all, with Mercury at the end of Virgo, remember, once we get into the 10th, Mercury's going to go into Libra. Oh, this is so badass. This is so badass. You're literally gaining an understanding. Remember, 17 degrees means that we just completed the loading screen. Imagine how exciting you would be if you were waiting for 2 weeks to download super fucking powers. Scorpio season is going to transform Like once you use superpowers in your life, it's going to transform your life. So how do you feel? Do you feel the power? Because like you just finished downloading it. Now over the next week, you're going to individualize the powers. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. How do I feel? Because like everyone downloaded it. Everyone got the download software. But the way I'm going to use it is going to be different from how Shannon uses it. Is going to be different from how Pharaoh uses it. So the way we internalize it is us putting on the clothes. I might want to wear yellow. You might want to wear green. That's where the moon in Aries to Cancer is. And while you're doing that, some of you are going to get the Pisces call. Like, hey, come to the VIP. We like what you're doing. Or you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. So not only are you about to literally use your superpowers for the first time, and some of you, these superpowers will be things that you've been doing your whole life. It's like maybe you've been reading tarot your whole life, but now you're reading tarot, and then like one card, you gave them a better reading than you did in 10 cards. It's like a super power now. Jupiter expanded the quality of how powerful it is to the point where you have to like balance. Something might have to hold back now. Like it's literally having to balance this. Okay. So not only is the end and completion of this loading screen begins with an understanding of what your power is and who you are as your super self. Not only are we having that, the Mercury, I was going to say the moon, Mercury is coming in at 29 degrees Virgo. So while you're coming into this soul understanding of what your superpower is and the identity of it, your brain is processing the details of it at the master level. So imagine you're playing a video game and you now finish the loading screen on a new superpower that you're going to use to fight the final boss. And Mercury at 28 to 29 degrees is like giving you all the receipts and all the details on this superpower is called Smack a Bitch. Smack a Bitch. 5 pp. Use when a bitch needs to be smacked. Smack a Bitch takes half of the health screen out of any bitch you smack. This is a physical type attack, like completely, like it even lets you know how to use the smack a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like this is now, instead of just having it and having to come in and experience, you already know like how to smack a bitch. And it's amazing than just smacking a bitch, to where the efficiency of how much you smack that bitch and how well you smack that bitch could be in jeopardy. It just helps to know how. So not only are you understanding what power you have completed, you are now with Mercury coming into exactly how square to Mars to take action, what and how to do it in Libra. What, how, do it, Libra, spaceship. This is the blast off of utilizing your superpowers in relationships with other people, hence the breakthrough. Because it's one thing to be intuitive. It's another thing to apply your intuition real time. It's one thing to be like, I feel like that person is going through something, versus now where it's like, yeah, your aura's off, honey. Talk to me. What's wrong? And they're like, oh, did you know something like this? Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? And this is where, for some of you who get that call, you're going to be called to share your gifts in very unorthodox ways. And it's going to show you the difference between people who are really afraid of you. Because some of you, you're going to be very unorthodox. And Spirit is going to be like, tell that person they're a unicorn. And you tell them, hey, you're a unicorn. And they try and gaslight you at first. Be like, you're crazy. You're delusional. And then you stand your ground and you're like, listen, you're a unicorn. Spirit told me. And then they break down and they're like, you know what? I just saw a unicorn poster. Like I really like you're gonna break through people's gaslighting. I'm just using a super extreme example. It doesn't have to be as extreme as that. It doesn't have to be extreme as that. But like you can speak parcel tongue. You know what I mean? Like some of you about to nail it. Some of you about to nail it. And no, Pax, this is the best part. This is the best part. This is the best part. The wait is over. The wait is over. We were waiting for 2 weeks. The wait is over. It's done. It's done. It's done. This is literally the harvest. So from now until Sunday, it is literally the harvest. You are harvesting these superpowers. How are you harvesting these superpowers? These superpowers are an extension of powers you activated in May. Remember, we had the new moon in Aries. We were activating power. And so these aren't just superpowers that you have. These are superpowers that you've been cultivating for 6 months. And the powers you've been cultivating for 6 months took 2 years to awaken. This is a new model car off the shop, custom for you. So the wait is over. And not only is the wait over, this week is going to be one of the dopest weeks of your entire life. Okay, because the gauntlet continues. We start off Sunday on Chiron and Jupiter. Then we're going to go into Taurus through Uranus on the North Node. Okay, so first you're understanding this. Don't worry. Some of you might feel uneasy. You feel it coming. You feel like you understand more than you've ever understood, but you might still feel a little bit uneasy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Tomorrow, by the time Mercury comes into Libra, you'll be up to speed. Once it goes against, you're coming into the final details. Sometimes that final detail is all you need to change everything because you think you have it until that final detail. Oh, doom. And that final detail from now and tomorrow, you're coming into that crystallization moment. Do you know what that crystallization moment is? An anime awakening moment. You see, in anime, sometimes the protagonist, fed up with their powerlessness or ready to start the plot, gains power. Because we have Pluto square the moon and sun, this is going to be an outside conflict that pushes you to have an anime awakening moment. This is the crystallization of Mercury 29 degrees, where you come into an aha moment like, Nanda to, or Nanda, and your brain gets to braining, and that 29, hold on, let me show you. There we go. And that 29-degree point of crystallization. Let me show you how real it is, though. Let me show you how real this is, though. You see that? That's tomorrow, son. It's tomorrow, yo. Let me actually give you appropriate time, because this is a whatever GT. This right here is going to be 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Your brain will be braining. This is going to be the peak moment where you understand the power you are harvesting, and then your brain understands how to smack a bitch. I mean, how to use this power. Because we don't smack people unless it's with love in our hearts. We're not a violent gang. We're all about love, harmony, and peace. But we will jump you with love in our hearts. We will give you the love jump. Jump his ass. We love you, though. Jump his ass, though, but we love you. Okay? We don't be doing these savage jumpings. Now, I want to really highlight this because, first of all, this 29-degree square is squaring Pluto and trining Pluto. So, like, and then Mercury is squaring Mars. Don't mind me. But like, yes, 29-degree, your brain will be braining while you're simultaneously understanding the peak of this power. It's super powerful. Now remember, quincunxes are transformation. So when I say anime moment, by the time the moon goes into Taurus, the 8th house effect will literally transform the power dynamics and balance. Why would the power dynamics be transformed in your relationships with others? Because you're using superpowers. You're now harvesting the supernatural element of your character that you've been loading to understand the natural quality of this, because your price has gone up. And so the power dynamics are transforming. I'm going to talk about its alignment with destiny and how Uranus is going to make this supernatural AF. But we have to talk about the braining here, because this understanding is a quincunx. Aries transforms Virgo. The understanding of this power is going to transform the Mercury and how you perceive what's happening. Like an anime moment. What happens in anime moments? They understand that they have individual power that they didn't understand before. And now that they have this understanding about who they are, like that square Pluto, when they're brought near death, and then they understand that they can summon fire and smack a bitch. Now their brain starts braining and they can transform their social situation by applying this mastered understanding and smacking the conflict or the bitch. And this enables them to break through. This is the anime moment. Yes, the power was within them all along. Mars is the forward direction of changing what in your expression of magic you express. This is high functioning, magical, perceptual, insert word. There's a word I want to use, but the level of this, I'm trying my best to break down a high level of magical aptitude that you're going to pretty much do within moments. It's a lot that your subconscious is processing with your brain. But the most important thing I have to say is relative to that, once we actually step into the moon in Taurus, the moon in Taurus is what's going to ground the transformation on your physical person, these power dynamics. So this full moon in Aries is what's actualizing the power dynamic. This is you understanding your power, and then you're manifesting it in Taurus. But the manifestation of this power is going to transform your awareness of power dynamics. And because this is going to be over the North Node in Uranus, there's an unconventional understanding to this that will challenge in its square to Saturn the status quo. And it's going to feel so good. Like people who look down on you are going to now trigger, it's going to trigger their inferiority complex. They only look down on you because they're insecure. So it's going to trigger their insecurity. Because before, they can get off or get away with just preaching to the choir and taking advantage of maybe their popularity. Maybe these people had quantity, or maybe they had quality control too. The breakthrough of this isn't based on any subjective opinions. It's based on Virgo, Libra, facts and results. So like some of you are going to manifest the value in Taurus of this. The reason why it's going to transform power dynamics is because you may deal with people who talk all high and mighty, but now the numbers you're producing are shitting on their numbers. Embarrassingly. Like the way they were talking to you or the way they were dealing with you, directly or indirectly, it was almost as if like they were producing more numbers than you. Now you're manifesting the numbers, especially based on this new expanse of power. And it's like, Raggy? Wait a minute. I'm producing this much more than you? No. No. We need to rebalance. Thank you. We need to rebalance these dynamics. Thank you. And it doesn't, I'm hashtag petty gang. So it doesn't have to be like I'm shitting on you now. But it's gonna feel like that. Because of the square to Saturn, it's gonna feel like that. Because this is you overcoming with this rebalancing the Saturnian square to the Uranian innovation. And it's going to reshift the integrity of these power dynamics towards your favor relative to the integrity you're maintaining. Okay, because once this goes into Gemini, it is all speed ahead. Once this goes into Gemini and we're in the third decade, subruled by Mercury, the shit you gonna be talking, This is where from Moon in Aries to Moon in Gemini, you're understanding new superpowers and how you use it with other people, but you're still adjusting to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're still balancing it. By the time we get to that ninth house square and it's streamlined in Libra, it's like you've got your aim, boom, and now we going in there. I'm going in. I wish I could explain that better. But yeah, it's really dope. So that square to Neptune is going to fundamentally shift your perception on what and how you even see the expression of these abilities. And this is where you're harvesting the understanding of the truth of what actions you're taking to the point where you can teach it now. Okay. You can articulate what it is you're doing. All right. So, yeah, thankfully, thank you. Um, that will lead us to the quarter square that will finish the personalization process of this to where you'll know more so how you feel about this coming through the quarter square. And then everything past the quarter square is post harvest to where we'll come into the balsamic phase and kick off the most significant eclipse of our lifetime, one of them at least. So there's not a dull moment here. It's all just building up. I'll even show you. We have, of course, Moon in Leo. This is where coming into the balsamic phase, we have the climax of the final boss battle. So remember, from now until Sunday, you are downloading your power, and then right after that, you're fighting the second boss battle. I can't make this up. I can't make this. Look, I'm gonna show you again. I can't make this up. So, like, by the time you finish in Cancer, right, and you have this quarter square, boom, you have the opposition, and then right after you finish harvesting your superpowers, just like a video game, boom, you step into the square. And this is where you're dealing with social collective projections. You doing things that maybe in high school would fly because people thought they were cool and they could be like, you're such a lame. But now you're clapping back like, no, bitch, you're the lame. You can't even prove what you're saying. I have receipts. I could prove your life is a lie. Like you're switching the power dynamics. A lot of the leverage people felt that they never had. Great book, by the way. They never had. And you are letting them know the chopping block is here, baby. It's here, baby. Okay, whether they can accept that or not. The reason why I say they is because this is a social collective. This is all about other people and the societies and the culture they align with. So this is really going to break you through in this breakthrough arc, everything you've been going through. And it's going to feel weird, but it's also going to feel good because you're breaking through a lot of false narratives and false dynamics that others felt comfortable thinking they suppressed you with, but it never worked. And you're just coming more and 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 more into power so that we step through. And it's going to make certain people feel uncomfortable because they felt like that always had leverage, but it never did. And now they're going to have to actually try and do something genuine, but they're fake. So you're going to see them squirm. It's going to be hilarious. Beautiful. Next Sunday is when the moon will be in Cancer. So from now until next Sunday, you're literally harvesting superpowers. You downloaded them for 2 weeks. Now you're actually personalizing it. Then when it goes from Leo to Scorpio and the social signs, we're clearing the field by using what we personalized and stepping into that eclipse. Okay. And this is you putting people in their place. Remember, once we step out of the personalization, it's second boss battle. And that's when, with that square to Pluto, you're fundamentally breaking through everything out of alignment with your character. Everything society and the world said about you that was never true, you're basically putting a foot up their ass and letting them know, here's your judgment. And it's extreme. For some of you, this could be breaking generational curses. For some of you, this is overcoming a lack of confidence because of being traumatized in school or traumatized in work. You know what I'm saying? Not like you're getting bullied, but in like a very social collective sense where you may not have been in position to even like say or do anything back until now. Okay. And this is going to be super empowering. I'm going to rewind again because for this to happen right after you harvest it and then boom, the square to Pluto, that entire phase coming into the eclipse is you overcoming this. Boom. Balsamic phase into the next new moon. Boom. Doom and gloom. That's it. That's it. Let me tell you something. So, congratulations. Congratulations. Scorpio season is going to be you taking the full evolution of your power to slay demons, baby, and to go into that eclipse portal and manifest everything you're worth. Scorpio season is take your power back season. And you're going to be straight G, and you're going to yank everyone's pockets that have what you deserve. You're going to take it. That's Scorpio. That's Scorpio with the eclipse. That's the unconventionality with Uranus. Yeah, it's going to be controversial. It's going to be controversial. Because some people felt that they can have their cake and eat it too and take from you and then gaslight you for calling them out on it. We don't have to be civil. Yank! Yank! Run me that bread! Yank! Run me that bread. All May was I'm coming for you in 6 months. And now the 6 months is up. Yank! You're going to see people terrified of you because from next Sunday to the end of Libra season, you're a target. Like people, that's the second boss battle. People are coming for your head. It's a character assassination drill. And once you make it through that, which you will, because this week is going to be you personalizing these powers. It's you literally harvesting it. Then the week after that, yank, you're coming through Scorpio season. Boom. Because first they try and come for you and the Libra, and when they can't, now it's your counterattack. Scorpio season is your counterattack. The new cycle in Scorpio activating this new level of purity and transformation. Boom. That's the eclipse cycle that coming into Sagittarius season would literally change everything. Okay. Lil Baby is a Sagittarius. When 42 Doug met him and they were playing dice, he changed his life, even though he took his money too. Lil Baby, also a Sagittarius, walked through while Drake was betting and he won 7 figures. And even Scorpio Drake knew Sagittarius Lil Baby has something to do with that. Because Sagittarius is like, so like they'll change your life. Okay. I know I use the same example, but like this is it. This is it. Okay. That's the 1, 2, 3, the action of Libra, the strengthening and transformation through Scorpio, and then the life change and ascension through Sagittarius. Okay. You definitely can be a kind OG. And for you kind OGs, you're going to see the height of demonic energy within people because these demonic dark forces will do everything in their power to try and get you to get down on their level. And you're just going to kill them with kindness. You're just going to keep killing them with kindness. And they're going to try and trigger you so that you can lose yourself. And it's not going to work because you're a kind OG. It's going to keep killing them with like those of you who kill them with kindness, y'all are going to catch the most bodies. And people, you're going to see the darkest parts of people because at least if they can bring out the darkness within you, then they can have a solace, but there is no darkness in you. And so you're just going to kill them with kindness. And it's going to irk them so hard. You'd be like, oh, no, it's beneath me. I don't have to get on your level. Like, thank you. It is what it is. You could do that without having people and without letting people walk on you, all that. So it's beautiful. So such a great question. Now, you're going to come into huge psychic attack, but it's going to be so funny because whereas it had a certain veracity before, Now you've leveled up so much. Literally right now, by the way, like this is you leveling up with the Jupiter. You see through it. You see how it's more just fear manipulation, and it's going to have you take stock in how much you've leveled up. I want to emphasize, literally from now until next Sunday, I want you to think that you've downloaded superpowers you've awakened for 2 years. You're understanding today and tomorrow what exactly it is and how to use it. And you're going to put it on your person. And as you put it on your person, okay, you're going to see that it shifts the power dynamics. You're going to see how people are throwing voodoo or witchcraft at you and their life gets fucked up because you don't have to do all that extra voodoo shit. You're already a god or goddess. You know what I'm saying? You work directly with them. You don't have to do these traditions people made you think you had to do because you're different. You come in with a different energy. You're going to start to see people approach and see you different more than ever because now you're taking the actions that confirm why they started seeing you different. Virgo season. This week alone is going to be so crucial. And congratulations. Every time we have harvest weeks, the week after a full moon, you want to always give yourself props. This is you reaping what you sowed. Everything that you put in from the new moon to the first quarter square, from moon in Libra to moon in Capricorn, harvest. You're already starting to see this right now. I'm going to say this again. You are unpacking superpowers. Your personal, like this full moon is equivalent to every single one of us. If our bodies is a smartphone, every single one of us has gotten the firmware update. I swear to God. Every single one of us received on our phone new superpower update from iOS. Fuck it. And for the past 2 weeks, we downloaded that motherfucker. And now it's complete. Now every single one of us are harnessing the update. Aries is what's your name? So the name you put in is not going to be the name I put in. Okay? Does that make sense? From moon and Aries to Cancer, the way you personalize it is not going to be the way I personalize it. It's you taking it from just raw pureness to actualizing it. This is the week you put your superpowers on and you customize it. You take into account every ability you've always developed. And this is going to be where, coming into today and tomorrow, you understand with the moon and process with the brain what and how to step into it. This is it. As soon as you put on that armor of God, by the end of Sunday, you understand. Thank you. So Bird Sinatra is the bird. Bird Sinatra is the bird. I'm the peace dealer, right? We have blue flame integration. Some of you may come up with new names that you understand. Some of you may take your original persona and you evolved it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand more, shout out to Cosmic Origins, how to really step into this, be this, actually connect with it. Okay? It's beautiful. Some of you developing God level styles, God styles, super styles, angel styles. And like the understanding of this, once we step into Sunday, after you put on that armor of God, you gain courage in Leo by stepping into this second boss battle and using the power to break through past the square into the eclipse. Boom. Shout out to the key mechanic. We really out here. Okay. The shock of Uranus and Taurus that we're going to have middle of the week after you understand this, for some of you, is going to be the shock of an evolution of how much you harness energy. Like in the case of the key mechanic, some of you have been doing Reiki. Some of you can already feel the energy running through your palms. By the time we come into the middle of the week, it feels like a tap. It feels like living water. Like the quality of how much stronger you feel your power even now has evolved, versus some of you that might start to feel it like that for the first time ever. So you're starting to see the evidence of the evolution of your superpowers. And that understanding in Cancer is a depth of oceanic understanding to the core of your being, of taking the identity in Aries to finalizing this personalization of how you feel about it, anchoring that feeling, boom. It's really dope. It's so dope. It's very anime or movie or RPG. Okay. And the last thing I want to say is, if we think about the very last time that we had the Saturn in Pisces, and this is the thing that just blows my mind. This is not so much a repeat in history, but the last time we had Saturn in Pisces was when Pluto just entered Sagittarius. The start of Pluto in Sagittarius brought the end of the Saturn cycle in Pisces. So the end of a Saturn cycle in Pisces is like the end of a movie where you see the credit scene, and then the people who have to clean the movie theater come in to clean the movie theater, so that by the time Saturn goes into Aries, a new movie has started and now new people are coming in. It's a transition period. So as you can see, the last time that we had Pluto in Sagittarius, as you can see, Saturn is in Aries when, right, we see the end of this lunar cycle. Oh, that's adorable. So, like, yeah, we see the end of this lunar cycle versus now where we see this coming back again. So the end of Pluto in Scorpio, or the beginning of Pluto in Sagittarius, brings the end of Saturn in Pisces. And then Saturn begins in Aries and Pluto Sag begins. Then Pluto Sagittarius ends when Saturn is in Virgo. Then we have the Pluto Capricorn, 2008. Any child that you have born from 2008 to 2024 is a ruler of the new world. Any child that you had from 95 to 2008 is a creator of the new world. They're about to create new concepts, all that shit. They are also the new pantheon of the gods. So if you've heard about the old gods, the Titans and the Olympians, DC has kind of covered that, I think, with Jack Kirby, the new gods. The spirit of the new, it's not specific to that DC canon, but your children are bringing in the new pantheon of gods, new concepts, new philosophies. It's not any of the old traditions and deities that you've seen. So you have the creators of the new world, 95 to 2008, and then you have the rulers of the new world, 2008 to 2024. Then you have the evil baby geniuses. I'm sorry, the baby geniuses who are totally not evil and won't take over the world at such a young age and troll you and not let you know, like the Rugrats, that they have that type of intelligence. You're totally not going to do that. Yeah, they're going to be born from 2024 and beyond, which their birth is controversial. And they're going to bring in the Kirk generation with Pluto Sag. But it's interesting that just like Pluto Capricorn ends, like Pluto Capricorn begins with Saturn Virgo and ends with Saturn Pisces, Pluto Aquarius is going to begin with Saturn Pisces and end with Saturn Virgo. Just like Pluto Sagittarius begun with Saturn Pisces and ended with Saturn Virgo. 92, I'm sorry, y'all got the short end of the stick. 92, I'm sorry, 91, 92, 93, you got screwed. You got screwed. You're feeling it now. You got Pluto Scorpio square Saturn Aquarius. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Doesn't it suck? It probably sucks. That's like having an inheritance and then watching your drunk uncle or father just spend and fuck off that entire inheritance. And now you're left with debt. It sucks. I'm sorry. If you're 94, 95, you at least got the trine of Pluto. If you're Saturn Cap, you at least got the sextile. You know what I'm saying? Saturn Sag at least has Uranus, and Saturn Scorpio at least has a conjunction. Saturn Aqua, you got the short end of the stick. I'm sorry. That fucking sucks. Some of y'all look crazy as fuck too. You 93 ones, y'all looking crazy as fuck out here. Pharaoh is a 93. He looking crazy as hell. Y'all are looking successful as hell. Y'all looking crazy as hell. And I only feel bad for you because it's not fair what you're going through. It's totally unfair. Shout out to 1990 gang. I don't even want to hate. Shout out to 95 and 96. 94 is saucy as hell. Shout out to 94. Y'all got it like that. 94 got it like that. 94 got it like that. And 95. 94 got it like that. 92, 93, 94. 92 and 91 and 93, they gonna treat you like you're dumb millennials, but you're the ones that know a lot. Y'all are at least knowledgeable. But they're gonna play you like your knowledge is delusional. But it's all good. See, that's just your karma. Not that you did anything. It's just look at it like you got the short end of the stick. And it is what it is. It's like not it. And 93 and 92 is it. I'm sorry. You just have to deal with that square. Y'all are strongest. But I'm sorry. But yeah, I wanted to speak on that because the Saturn in Pisces is gonna really bring all you Saturn in Pisces. This is it. The only thing that sucks about Saturn and Pisces is that you're getting dumped on by the entire collective. And it sucks. And then you have to clean that dump and then pass it to Aries. Like, all right, we've cleaned it for you. And then Saturn and Aries is cool because they take the first dump in the toilet. But Saturn and Pisces is after everyone then took a dump. And it's just like, oh, this is fucking nasty. Oh my God. And that's why Pisces is collective. They understand everything about everyone. It's like, you nasty, filthy, vile people. Like, y'all didn't even care about me at the last. Like, Saturn Pisces, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Saturn Pisces. I mean, it's not any better for like Awkward Cat, but like y'all get beat. Oh my God. That's why Saturn Pisces don't really mess with y'all too. But it is what it is. Like, at least he said an act victim. Stop. Don't do that. Stop. They really yeah, it's not gonna be ugly. It's not gonna be pretty, but it is what it is. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. 94, 95. Shout out to y'all. Yeah. Oh my God. It is what it is. Shout out to 96 and 97. Okay. Ooh, 88. Don't sleep on 88. 88, 89, 90. We're the GOAT squad. Really 90. But 88, we can't hate on 88 and 89. Y'all kicked it off. 88 has North Node conjunct in Pisces. Y'all have North Node Pisces. I'll just say that. Yeah. But yo, thank you. I have to give it a personality. Every year has something. That's the coolest thing. Every single year has something. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I'm gonna do what I can to build a world around it and make books and material so no one feels left out. Because that's the key here. We have each other. That's why these alien overlords have to create this drama so that the old is fighting the young, the men are fighting the women, the men are fighting the men, the women are fighting the women, cultures are fighting each other. Because God forbid we utilize our unique powers together, we'll be unstoppable. And we don't have much time too. You see Saturn? Once Saturn finishes out of Aquarius, if we haven't come over our inability to work together, well, once Pluto goes through Aquarius, it's the end of our humanity as we know it through mass extinction events. Do you like mass extinction events? Well, you're understanding the unpacking of supernatural abilities within your own self to prepare you for the end of the world, where mass extinction events will be the new norm. If you don't believe me, 2021, we had our last mass extinction event. And that's just a sneak peek of what's to come. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we had a series of mass extinction events brought to us through pestilence, war, famine, and of course, death. So this might sound scary, but you're downloading superpowers. So it's actually going to be super exhilarating because it's going to uplift you with Pluto out of Capricorn, old facets with which you had to live by in order to exist. This is going to be the most exhilarating part you're going to experience over the next 6 weeks, starting from this week to next week. You are coming into power that will uplift you, dependence of the system. Like in 6 months from now, you're not going to need a job to make a living. Some of you already don't need that. You're not going to need to follow the law. You're going to be able to exist completely independent of the law. And some of you either already know you can do that, or you're coming into this. It's going to start this week. Everyone has a unique ability. This is why these forces want to distract us and nerf our abilities. It's prophesied. It's meant to happen like this. And this is going to be the beginning of this 6-month breakthrough, the 3-month breakthrough arc into the 3-month completion arc, which breaks us into the revolution of the beginning of the end of the world. So let's keep that in mind. And that's what it means for Pluto to come out of Capricorn. It's the end of that structure. And Neptune in Pisces from now until 2025 is the bullshit and illusion to give you the illusion that no, you don't have that power until the smoke fades and it's like, okay, we lied. So you don't want to wait until they admit they lied. You just want to move forward with what you know and just take responsibility for what you do. Okay. So congratulations. You are now set on stepping into the most lit evolution ever. Like, this is the harvest phase. From this week to next week, you're really about to understand more than ever how awesome you are, how powerful you are, and everything that you can do with this power. Some of you are going to look back at what you've done at the beginning of your journey and understand it with new eyes. So you'll be reminded that you always had the juice. Okay. And you want to take this harvest period as stock of how far you have come, because you're ending one story and you're getting ready to step into another story. Some of you may have understood yourself to be something that you're not. Some of you, while you have human likeness and form, are something beyond what humanity can comprehend. And maybe this society and humanity has ridiculed you and indirectly or directly made you feel wrong for embracing this. Regardless, even if you're watching me and you feel like you're some trans woman, it applies to that too. It doesn't apply just to stuff that I agree with. Doesn't matter. You are stepping into a unique and authentic understanding of the truth of this, not any delusions behind this, of the truth behind who you are. We're not running from ourselves anymore. We're not dumbing down ourselves for people anymore. It's a full, bold stepping into the understanding of who you are and how to present that towards other people, for better or for worse. So y'all stay blessed as always. Until next time.